Hello, everyone. I'm writer Coach Tony, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just doing another movie review because I'm waiting for my jam class 5:20. So, anyway, I watched two movies yesterday. One was The Holdovers, and the other one was Saltburn, and I still have to finish Saltburn. So, anyway, let's do the Holdovers. I will try my best to watch all the nominees because the Golden Globes are already on Sunday US time and Monday here in the Philippines. But I don't think I'll finish everything. But I'll try to watch as many of the nominated actors and movies. So the Holdovers is nominated for um, Best Picture for Comedy or Musical. I'm not familiar with the other nominees, but anyway, The Holdovers is a movie by Alexander Payne, and although he did not write this one, once again he reunites with Paul Giamatti. So more than 20 years ago, Paul Giamatti and Alexander Payne did Sideways, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. And they reunite this year in the Holdovers. So there are three main characters in the movie. Um, Paul Giamatti is a professor of ancient history in Barton School, and the reason why it's called the Holdovers is because it's Christmas and some of the kids could not go home. So what the school does is they get a professor to watch over the kids, and this year the responsibility fell on fell on the character of Paul Giamatti. And he's not a very likable character. He's actually obnoxious and nobody likes him. And he's kind of strange because since he doesn't really have a life or a social life, what he does is make life difficult for the students. So on the last day of school on Christmas break, he asks the students to read a chapter on the Peloponnesian War. So that's how strange he is. And he doesn't give high grades. The highest grade I think he was given in the first few scenes of the movie. It was I think just a A minus or a B plus. So he doesn't really give good grades, and most of the time he just fails the students. Now, he has this um, attitude against rich students who don't really make an effort to study. So, so it's basically his character. Nobody likes him. The staff also kind of avoids him because of his attitude, obnoxious attitude. So anyway, initially there were four or five students uh, who have to stay in school because their parents they didn't have money to go home, or uh, they have no parents to fetch them. So for the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the movie, um, Paul Giamatti babysits these five kids, and he babysits them in the worst way by making them study, do notes, exercise. So in other words, he's such a boring person to be with. Fortunately for most of the boys, for four of the boys, um, one of the rich students there whose dad is a CEO of a company, brings his helicopter and allows everyone to go home except the character of Dominic Sessa. So he's a smart character, but his mom, who now has a new boyfriend, doesn't want to spend Christmas with him. So this mom with a stepfather plays a very crucial role in the story because um, yeah, it will determine something will happen towards the end of the movie. And one thing I like about the movie is it doesn't give everything immediately. So you get to feel layers of backstories, especially of Paul Giamatti and Dominic Sessa. And of course, there's a third character there, the head of the cafeteria, played by Divine Joy Randolph. And she plays it, she's a comedian, but in the movie, she plays a very serious role, just like what Monique did. And she plays a mom whose son, who went to Barton, died in the I think the Vietnam War. So she's dealing with the loss, and in most of her scenes, she has to deal with the loss of losing her son. Because as we know before, if you were a son of a white, wealthy person, you don't have to enlist in the Vietnam War. But if you were black, Asian, you were poor, most likely that was your ticket. Or white American, who was not really wealthy, you'd have to sign up for the Vietnam War. So anyway, unfortunately for the character, Mary Lamb was her character. Her son dies, and in a very understated performance, she's drawing raves. I think that the two of them, Paul Giamatti and Divine Randolph, Joy Randolph, are both running for acting awards. So we'll see how the Globes go. I really have no idea how they'll vote because, um, but they do give very solid performances. Paul Giamatti is very. I mean, I don't know why he wasn't nominated in Sideways for the Oscars, but they did do him some justice by nominating him for Cinderella Man, which I did not watch because it's a boxing movie. So anyway, his performance is even more compelling because he plays a very unlikable character. I also don't like him, although he's a very good actor, and kind of find out later on why he acts that way. These are characters who you don't really like in the beginning, but they are actually very decent people, and they will stand up for you if they feel that you're in the right. So that's how Paul attacks the role. No? So he's not a very lovable character, but as the movie progresses, there are scenes in the movie which shows that he's willing to defend you or take care of you as long as and make sure that you're fine. Um, and as the movie ends, he ends up defending the character of Dominic Sessa. It's the first time I see him in this movie, Dominic Sessa, and yeah, he comes off as very strong. Um, in the movie, he comes in as very strong, and I don't know why, because of the competition maybe, but he's one of the. He delivers such a good performance. He reminds me of Manchester by the Sea, and the guy in Manchester by the Sea. Similar role, very very demanding. You have to be very demanding. He has to be very demanding. So anyway, this trio of characters basically form the whole movie, and just like any Alexander Payne movie, it shows how tricky life is, how difficult life is when you navigate it. What I love, what struck me in the movie was because Paul Giamatti loses his job in the end, so it's a spoiler, and his attitude towards, kind of falling down and losing his footing is to just stand up again. Because through the course of the movie, it was revealed that he never finished any degree in Harvard. So just like any, when you meet your contemporaries 20, 30 years later, there's always this bragging rights that you have to do. And the character of Paul Giamatti wants to avoid that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to measure his life by, you know. So in a scene in the movie, he meets a former classmate, and he has to invent a story so as to show this guy that his life amounted to something. So it was a very funny scene. There are many scenes in the movie where Paul Giamatti's character supports Dominic Sessa's character, and since Dominic is still a minor, Paul makes sure, or Paul's character, um, he he shields, no, he protects Dominic's character from being harmed. Another good thing in the movie is the presence of Carrie Preston. Um, she's a very familiar actress, but I cannot point where what movie she was in or what TV show. But yeah, I like her, and she plays a very important role in this movie. Although it appears that she looks like a love interest for Paul Giamatti's character, but it's not meant to be that way. So, um, this movie is a bit, yeah, typical Alexander Payne. He just develops, the characters just develop. They just show um, what what um, the life is, no, for people who. So these are three people who are in different stages of their lives. Dominic is almost done with school. Devine is dealing with the death of her son, and Paul Giamatti's character is just being himself, and I guess with what happens to him in the end of the story, he he has a chance to do something more, no? To do something more with his life, and so in a way, the movie is allowing the characters to move on and move on from their pain, to move on from their um, challenges, the challenges they're meeting with their lives. So, not exactly my favorite. I still love Sideways. I still love About Schmidt. Those are two movies I really recall. Like The Descendants is also very good because of the character of George Clooney and Shailene Woodley. So this is my fourth, if I rank. And then Election also was fun. Anyway, I don't really have his filmography, but Sideways, About Schmidt, um, vouch for me. It was the other one, The Descendants. So this is like number four, number five. I haven't seen Downsizing yet, but it seems funny because Hong Chow is there, so it seems funny. So anyway, with that, the movie is The Holdovers. It's directed by Alexander Payne. It stars Paul Giamatti, Divine Joy Randolph, and Dominic Sessa. And I watched it because one of the nominated movies for Best Comedy Musical in the Golden Globes this year. Maybe on Saturday I'll give you my picks no, for the Golden Globes. So anyway, with that, please subscribe to my channel, Writer Coach Tony. It's January 1. It's the first movie I saw this year. I'm finishing Saltburn later, so good luck with that. And of course, I have to hobble Poor Things and Killers of the Flower Moon. So anyway, take care, everyone. Please follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook. Happy New Year and take care.